Hello everyone and welcome back guys to part 2 of my Dirt 4 Esports quarterfinal highlights, where today we're here for, as I said, the second part of this in the WRX cars, and this was going to be my real chance to score a lot more points in this evening's racing. As you can see, actually starting on the pole for the first race of the night, that was really ideal for myself, and really, you know, I didn't have a particularly strong showing in the rally. Obviously, if you did miss those highlights, I will, if you click the little top right hand side in the little eye, there will hopefully be a link there to part 1 of these quarterfinal highlights. But yeah, we're in the WRX cars. Actually, the only person overall to go with the Ford. I wasn't really too sure. You know, the Seat, I think, is definitely the quicker car, but the Ford is far more stable in my personal opinion. So everyone, you know, really going to try and go absolute balls to the wall, and I was hoping, you know, we'd see quite a few mistakes by the other drivers around me. You know, that was my strategy once again, you know, hope that others make mistakes, and then obviously I can try and capitalise on that. But here we are then, on the grid, ready for the first WRX race of the evening. You know, we needed the top 3 from this to go through into the A finals, and if I made it into the A finals, I had a potentially good chance of making it through into the semi-finals. But it's lights out and away we go. They're very quickly there, and the run down towards turn 1 there. We actually did keep it nice and clean. A bit of contact going on behind me there, and unfortunately I don't actually have a button bound plugging behind me here, so, well, I was just going to try and focus on my own race here. I think that was Kerman trying to go down the inside there. Quentin, he'd been very aggressive over the whole of this evening there, so unfortunately, you know, we were definitely going to have to watch out for him in this first rallycross race of the night there as we come through the final couple of corners. This is actually a Loyak, which is a WRX course that I've never really done, to be honest. I'd sort of put a lot of my practice into the rally. You know, obviously where I qualified through the rallycross, you know, I sort of felt a whole lot more confident. I'd done like 20 laps overall of Loyak. I've done about 3 of hell later on. You know, the main aim was to try and get into that A final, obviously, because then, as long as you make it into the A final, you're guaranteed to score more points than the people that only made it into the B final. So obviously that was absolutely crucial for myself, you know, that we could try and make sure that we got into that A final. And then, you know, obviously if things went badly for other drivers, then obviously we capitalised on that in the A final in there as well. But yeah, still currently actually in the lead of this one. 60th yard has actually made his Joker lap and is now all the way up into P2 of this stage already here, so we were certainly going to have to watch from him. A little bit of mistake there, locking up the front brakes in this damp, tricky conditions here. But yeah, we're still holding on to the lead at the moment. But as I said, you know, all we need is the top 3, you know, to make it into the 6-car final in the hell. So obviously that was the main aim here as we come through the final couple of corners here. You can just hear 60th yard is all over the back of me. From what I gather, the guys behind, though, well, it'd been quite a carnage race overall for all the guys behind. You know, they made a lot of contact with each other. I think Quentin had a couple of rough incidents with a couple of other drivers. You know, I think he built himself quite a name of being one of the most aggressive drivers I think we'd seen overall there. But we're going to take the Joker lap now. Not exactly the best run in, but, you know, we didn't really want to try and hold up 60th yard much more than we really needed to there. You know, the main aim was just try and come through for a top 3 position there, and obviously came out in P2 quite comfortably here. We're not really going to take any risks over these next couple of laps, so we're just going to try and bring it through the final few laps here. Make sure that we do take home the P2, and you can see actually the guy behind, I think that's from 1.3, 1.5 seconds back now. So obviously the main aim was, yeah, we as long as obviously we didn't make any mistakes, we should be able to come through to bank P2 there. We can see 60th yard there. You know, we weren't exactly running the best, you know, the smoothest of WRX runs, but he's just, you know, he saw him dominate the WRC, the rally stages, the first half of this highlights. But yeah, he's just, you know, if there's any one Xbox guy that I think will dominate overall, it will be him. You know, I think he can really try and give, you know, people like Nesta and all the PC and PS4 guys a really good run for their money in the next part of this series in the semi-finals in a couple of weeks' time. But yeah, he's looking so strong. But through the final couple of corners we come of this rallycross, and it's actually been quite a quiet race for myself, which I think is really all we could have asked for there. I think that's Kerman is dropping more and more time. He didn't actually race in the rally stages, so I'm a little bit unsure why, you know, he decided to show up for the rallycross there, which was very odd in personal opinion. But out of the final corner and over the line, it's going to be P2 there, which is my highlight overall of the evening there. We can certainly be very happy with that one. That meant I got through into the top final race, the top final rallycross race of the evening, and obviously after the tough time we'd had in the rallying, you know, it was really, really key that we had a nice, strong finish to this evening. You know, try and get as many points as we possibly could. The main aim, you know, was to score as many points as we could. We did actually have a very, very good chance of making it through still into the semi-finals overall of the series, but we needed to get I think like a top 5, as well as to beat K Kamikaze for a really good shot at making, you know, almost mathematically guaranteeing that I made it through into the semi-finals here. But yeah, hopefully we can move on into the final rally. The final rallycross. I keep getting rally and rallycross mixed up today. I'm not really too sure why there, but yeah, hopefully we'll have a bit of a strong showing. Now, finish off the evening on a high in hell. Once again, we were the only Ford. You know, I think we had one Ford, one Peugeot, and then everyone else was in the set. So it was quite clearly the car that a lot of people really, really wanted to drive. Note, you can see there, everyone else was in the set. So I had the biggest car in the group, which I think was the only sort of saving grace I had. Starting on the front row alongside 60th yard here. I'm really, really hoping that we can try and get off to a good final race of the evening. We are going to try and take the Joker straight off the start here, you know, try and get out a bit of clean air. Hope everyone sort of gets all caught up with each other, and hopefully that could be my key to glory there. But it's Green Lights Racing, and we are away. They're getting a bit of a better start actually down the 60th yard, but we're not going to try and keep it down the outside there. We're going to take the Joker lap right off the very start of this racing. Pretty much everyone else is there, but I think that's K Kamikaze and XBD Kerman there. Kamikaze is going to try and look down the inside there. We really need to try and defend from him in this stage. But as I said, you know, I'd really not done any practice around hell. You know, the main aim was to actually just try and get into this top final rallycross stage there. As you can see already, you know, we're not particularly confident there. Not really, you know, able to get the car handbrake turned around that final corner there. Running a little bit wide over the gravel. Do not want to attack that jump like that. They're lucky to keep it facing the right direction. Kamikaze, a very, very aggressive move through turn 1 there. You know, that really did cost us both, because we probably could have actually got both ahead of Davey M and 60th yard there. But unfortunately, we're going to slot in just behind Kamikaze there. A little bit of contact actually made with his back end, which unfortunately sent me out wide there. Kerman is going to be able to dive it down the inside there. We're going to try and go for the switchback move on him here. This Ford has actually got a little bit more power there, but unfortunately he squeezes me into the wall there, which is really not ideal. You know, he had absolutely no chance of making it through into the semi-finals overall of this series. He didn't bother attending the rally stages here, which was so frustrating for myself, because obviously the aim we'd taken our Joker out right at the very start, you know, that we were going to come out in clean air, but unfortunately Kamikaze went for a bit of a brash move on myself. Kerman as well maybe, you know, went for a little bit, you know, he was just being a bit, you know, overly defensive, you know, a little bit more, especially, you know, he didn't really have a chance. You can see chopping me off on the exit of the corner, and it was just so frustrating, you know, that I really just felt, you know, it was one of those things where obviously he's probably got a right to be here still, but I just didn't, you know, it was just, for me, like, he's just, you know, when you feel like everything's wrapped up against you there, as he, you know, just blocked me once more out of the final corner there. But yeah, it was so frustrating. You know, he had no chance of making it through into the semi-finals. All he was doing was, you know, just playing God with everyone else's chance here. And see, you know, we're just starting to lose a little bit of time to him there as well here. But now, lap 4 of this 6-lap race here at Hella. You know, we really do need to jump in here. You know, if we jumped him, we may have just about stood a chance of making it through into the semi-finals. If we'd been able to take home that extra 1 point in the rally as well, we would have actually stood a much better chance of making it through into the semi-finals then. Unfortunately, that's just the way it does work there. So if we got that 1 point and we could jump Kerman here, we would have actually got ourselves into the semi-finals there, which is a little bit frustrating. Yeah, we've still got just over a lap to go of this WRX here as we come through towards the end of lap 5 here. And Kerman, he's still just holding me up here. It's so frustrating to see. He goes, yeah, as I said, he had no chance of making it through into the semi-finals here. So all he was doing was just hampering my chances of making it through, which I was really not happy with, you know. Overall, sometimes that's obviously just the way racing works, but still it's just very annoying for myself here. So we move on to the final lap of this race here, and still on the back of Kerman here. You know, he's doing, well, just about everything he needs to and a little bit more at this stage of the day. We're going to try to think about going for a move down the inside there. We're not able to make anything work as of right now. We're getting a much better run out of that corner though, using all the track space here. As now as we come down in towards the final couple of corners, we're going to try and go for a bit of a late lunge down the inside of it there. Not really, you know. I would have felt a little bit bad if I'd made that work on the whole. There was 6th place at the end of the rallycross there, and that was so frustrating on the whole, as I said. Kerman, there was no need for him to be there. You know, he didn't do the rallying, but obviously you've got to be in it to win it at the end of the day. And unfortunately, really cost my chances there. But as I said, if we'd been able to make the move on Kerman and also we'd been able to be in the other lobby in the rallies, we would have actually qualified for the semi-finals there. But that's sometimes the way it does work out. Still, overall, really enjoyed the experience in this Dirt 4 Esports series. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the highlights as well. Do not forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more sort of high esports content over the coming weeks. But thank you all so much for watching. The support, as I said, overall has been absolutely incredible. And I will see you guys next time for a brand new video.